EURUSD has been pushing down lower, and this is why. Welcome back to another daily market update. My name is Fabio, and thank you for tuning in. Before we dive into EURUSD, the other major dollar pairs, and of course gold, we're going to dive into these four key major updates that you need to understand why the dollar has been pushing up higher. Well, number one, the Fed kept rates unchanged at 4.25 to 4.5%. So last night we had the interest rate decisions, and we had a speech from Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Fed in the United States. Now, Powell says that there is no rush to cut rates. Again, this is bullish for the dollar. Furthermore, he dismissed the political pressure from Trump, stating that it has no influence on the Fed's decision. Again, very, very bullish. Trump wants what? He wants to lower the interest rates, which would cause a weaker dollar. Therefore, Powell saying that there is no political pressure from Trump can be seen as bullish for the dollar. And last fall, despite a weak Q1 GDP print, Powell says that jobs and wages remain strong and that inflation is stable and above the target, again sustaining those higher interest rates and a strong dollar overall. Now, looking here at EURUSD, we can see that perfectly we've been respecting the overall current fractal high here on the daily time frame. And again, as long as that fractal high is respected, shorts should be the only thing that you are currently interested in. Now, looking at EURUSD, I'm still very interested in shorts only and looking for this to sell off further in towards the downside. Myself, I'm currently in short positions on euro dollar. As we can see, we have still not yet taken out this low over here, so I will be looking for further downside continuation in towards the end of the day on EURUSD. Yesterday's market outlook played out to absolute perfection. Again, we can see that we finally sold off towards the end of the day. We were traced during the Asian session, and then again we've been selling off in towards the downside since this late Asian session and early London session. Now, what I'm looking for EURUSD to do is to continue pushing down lower and in the very near future take out this dotted line over here. Therefore, for the rest of today / this week, I'll be looking for further shorts on euro dollar in towards the downside. Okay, so that currently is my outlook for EURUSD. Still looking for those shorts based on the 1 hour time frame. Again, I will also be looking for those short positions. Yes, we have this currently as a supply that is in control, and I'll be looking to further shorts inside of that 1 hour area of supply. So keeping an eye on those EURUSD shorts. Now, looking here at the dollar index, we can see that the dollar has been pushing up higher, also in line with our analysis. Remember, guys, we are still looking for longs as long as the current fractal low is respected. Current fractal low gets respected and we keep pushing up higher. Now, once the current fractal high breaks, we should very, very swiftly see around that 101,500 region get hit in the near future. So in towards the end of the week, still looking for that further upside on the dollar index. Now, if somehow we do start selling off on the dollar and we do break the current fractal low, that is the moment that I'll be looking for those dollar shorts. But as long as the current fractal low here on the daily time frame holds, we should continue to push up higher. Looking here at the 4 hour time frame as well, you can see that, as we mentioned at the beginning of the week, once we take out those two equal lows, which are liquidity, we should see that reversal up higher. Now, that has happened, and I am looking for that further upside. For now, this is kind of like your area of demand. We reacted to this previous sell before the buy, sell before the buy, and I'm just looking for the next sell to board the buy to push again the market up higher. So looking for further longs on the dollar index. Now, going into AUDUSD, AUDUSD sold off aggressively in towards the downside. As we can see, we came back down in towards that area of demand. So this sell before the buy over here. Now, some of you might have been looking for a long position. Myself did not see any bullish confirmation at all. Remember, you could view this as a break of structure. Let's say you view this as your low, this is your high. What do you need inside of that 4 hour area of demand? You need the 1 hour confirmation. What is the confirmation? The change of character. Did we get a change of character or a market structure shift? No. Therefore, this should not have been a loss if you took AUDUSD. So I hope some of you were smart enough not to get into AUDUSD and to stay out. Now, the daily time frame is still fractal bullish. The current fractal low is still being respected and the current fractal high is still weak, meaning we are still bullish. We are currently positioned within the over refined sell for the buy candle over here. So what you now want to do is you want to look at the 4 hour time frame to see if there is actually demand within the overall sell before the buy. So how do we do this? We wait for the change of character. So now if we see this 4 hour candle close like this, you would want to see a push up again. Then this over here, the sell before of the buy becomes your demand, and then you can look for long positions. But for now, AUDUSD is a position to sit out, not get involved with, and to wait because there is simply no confirmation for any trades here on this current chart. Once the current fractal low breaks, that is when I'll be looking for short positions on the retracement. Otherwise, until then, just wait for the 4-hour fractal structure shift to happen and then look for those longs once again. Going into GBPUSD, you guys know I am still in those short positions, has been moving beautifully. Overall, these two outlooks from yesterday still stand. Either we needed to push in towards the highs, fake out on the second high, and then look for shorts, or we needed to break, the current fractal low. Let me just go back to that GU chart here on the 4-hour, but also on the daily. So what I wanted to see, I'm just going to remove the overall drawings here. What I wanted to see was the current fractal low get broken, and then we'll look for a potential short position. So this is the current fractal low. See some momentum come in now with the London session. Then this buy before the sell act as an aerial supply. Look for it to retrace into and then sell off. That is kind of like the position that I'm looking for at the moment. Daily time frame would then also be fractal bearish as well. Again, see some momentum come in, retracement, and then early next week get into even more sell positions. So yeah, GU running nicely and looking for a sell-off in towards the end of the week on this pair. Going into NZDUSD, and then we'll look at USDJPY, USD Swiss, and Gold. NZDUSD pushed down lower. I was in a long position, got stopped out for 1.5% profit here on, what was it, Tuesday. On the live stream we discussed this position. Now we can see that we've been moving back down again. Now NZDUSD for me is a little bit of a lost trade or a lost soul. It is now consolidating so hard that I don't even want to really be involved with this at the moment. So I'll just let this consolidate and move sideways. There's really nothing to gain from this position over here, in my opinion. Looking here at the daily time frame, we can see, especially on the daily, that we are stuck within a range. So what do you want to do when the market is ranging? You want to stick to the extremes. So what I would do here is I would look at this as the low, this is the high, and now I would be looking to buy somewhere here in the 25% region. If we see any kind of like bullish confirmation maybe on the lower time frame, what you could, for example, do is look at the 1 hour, wait for a 1 hour fractal structure shift, and then maybe look for a long position inside of that 25% region. But for the rest, not really a pair that I'm very interested in trading at the moment. Then if we look at USDCHF, we can see a strong rally back in towards the highs. Let's see, can we finally in towards the end of the week see a real rally up higher? Obviously, I'm still looking for longs on USDCHF. First of all, interest rates have remained the same in the United States. Interest rates in Switzerland are again very likely to drop due to very low inflation. Furthermore, the Swiss franc is or should become very weak at the moment because it has gained so much territory and so much strength against, for example, the dollar. Inflation is coming back down to zero, guys, in Switzerland, which is not a good thing because this is going to slow down their economy, and therefore they are now looking to boost their economy, and therefore they need a weaker Swiss franc, as that would be good for all of their exports. Because at the moment, if Switzerland as a country wants to export to, for example, the United States, it's very expensive for somebody in the United States to buy from Switzerland. Therefore, it would be in the best interest of the Swiss National Bank to weaken the Swiss franc and therefore push USDCHF up higher. So I'm finally looking for this to rocket ship up higher. So let's see if we can get that. USDJPY did what we wanted, guys. On the daily time frame, we can see a good reaction to this area of demand. Now here on the 4-hour time frame, we have also seen a 4-hour fractal structure shift over here, as we can see. So now the 4-hour fractal has broken. This for me is the bullish confirmation, and I'll be looking for further upside continuation back up in towards this high on USDJPY. So looking for those longs on that. Then last of all, we have gold. Gold itself has pushed down lower, guys, as expected. Remember, this is what we were looking for. Beautiful, beautiful scenes. I'm not going to lie, you can watch back yesterday's market outlook. This was the supply zone that we were looking to see push the market down lower. It happened during the Asian session, but still it did. Now, as you can see here, we have taken out liquidity underneath this low over here, this little bump in the road. Now, the only bump in the road that we have left is this low over here, but we could already start reversing from here. Here you have an area of consolidation, fake out on the range high, tap into supply. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful short position. Not going to lie, this was a absolute beautiful trade. Liquidated the high, came in towards supply. This supply zone was formed kind of like on the fake move up, and then boom, sell down lower. So now obviously after grabbing liquidity in either one of these bumps of the road, you're looking for a retracement up higher. So now you could look for an aggressive buy position on the 15 once the 15-minute fractal shifts bullish. Now, as you can see, the current fractal high is over here, so I would prefer another sell-off down lower and then get some kind of slowdown and then look for those longs on the fractal structure shift. So that's what I'm looking for on gold, guys. But overall, great analysis this week. Hope some of you were able to capitalize on that gold position. Now, that's it for today, guys. This afternoon, we're going live for the New York session here on the channel. So make sure to tune into there. I'll drop a link to the live stream here on the comment section of this video. Thanks for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day and speak soon.